Welcome back, students. In the last lecture we discussed about the first four tenses: simple present, simple past, simple future and present continuous. So let's move ahead. The same way we have written only the important and necessary things we need in the use for the use of tenses, that is name tense, active voice verb, passive voice verb, keywords and its use. First we are talking about the past continuous tense. Active voice verb was verb plus V1 plus ing. And if the sentence is passive voice, then the verb will be was verb plus being plus V3. As I have already told you that it doesn't matter whatever the tense is. If we are using the passive voice, action verb always will be V3. Then keywords: when, while, at that time or at that moment. Use to indicate the action which was going on in the past at any particular time. Basically this tense is used not to just indicate the action but to indicate the time of that action. That suppose if I say that yesterday I was reading, so I have to give the time of that action, that at what time that action was going on. That means at what time that action was in progress. If I say that I was reading, that's okay. But at what time I was reading, that I have to indicate. Second thing is, when we are indicating the time of the action when it was going on, that means when it was in progress. Remember, we do not have to give the time by the clock time. Like I was reading at 10 o'clock. No, here we are using past continuous tense to give the time of that action with some other action. That means when I was reading yesterday, when I was reading, that means the action was in progress. The action was going on. I was reading. At that time, some other action happened. Indicating that I have to give time. For example, I can say that I was reading when you called me. That means here I am giving you the time, that when I was reading. And what time I was reading? When you called me, I was reading. So this way we are using past continuous tense used to indicate the action which was going on in the past at any particular time, that we have to show, but not by the clock time. We have to show time with some other action. Clear? Next, future continuous. Active voice verb will, shall plus be plus V1 plus ing. Remember, this tense cannot be transferred in the passive voice. We have total 12 tenses. Out of these 12, only 8 tenses can be transferred into passive voice. 4 tenses cannot be transferred in the passive voice. From these 4 tenses which cannot be transferred in the passive voice, this is one future continuous. And the next 3 transferred in the passive voice are present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. That means perfect continuous tenses cannot be transferred in the passive voice. That 3. And number 4, future continuous. Keywords: tomorrow or next, plus at this time or at this moment. Here if we are using future continuous tense and we are using keywords, remember both the words should be used. Either use tomorrow or next plus, that means after using tomorrow or next, we need to use at this time or at this moment. For example, we can say that I will be reading. I will be reading tomorrow at this time. Okay, got it? This way we have to use the keywords. Use is to indicate the action which perhaps will be going on in future at any particular time. Here also we have to show time of the action. Actually in all 3 continuous tense, present continuous, past continuous and future continuous, we are showing the time of the action, that at what time the action was in progress. That means the action was going on. right? So if we are using present continuous tense, that means the action is going on at right now, the same moment we are speaking. If it is past continuous tense, that means the action was in progress in the past, and we have to show that time with another action, the action which happened during that time. In future continuous tense, the same, we have to show the time of the action which perhaps will be going on in the future. For example, suppose if I say that I will be reading, okay, that's okay if we say that I will be reading tomorrow, but at what time? So tomorrow at this time, whatever the time it is right now, the same time tomorrow I will be reading. So that means in continuous tenses we are indicating the time of the actions, at what time the action was going on. Clear? Important thing is this tense cannot be transferred in the passive voice. The reason behind this is that if you observe, we can see that generally we are adding the word, the form of be in passive voice. This is the tense that where we are using the form of be, the word be in the active voice only. That means the sentence, the verb has already the formation of passive voice. Though the sentence is active voice, but it has the verb formation of passive voice. Now suppose if you try to transfer this verb in the passive voice, when we are using form of be in every passive voice format, according to that we also need to add form of be in this verb. So we are already given one form of be. Now if you add, it will be 2 times, and the same form of the verb cannot be used twice in any single verb. Okay, so this cannot be transferred in the passive voice. The next is present perfect tense. Active voice verb have as plus V3, passive voice have as plus been plus V3. Keywords: ever, never, already, just now, since and for. From all these words, these two are different. I hope you know the difference between since and for. Do you know it? If not, then pay attention. Since and for, both are used to indicate the time, but they are different from each other. The word for is used to show only the duration. That means it does not give you the perfect time. For example, if we are using present perfect tense, we can say that I have worked in that company for 10 years. I have worked in that company for 10 years. Now which 10 years? Only duration is given, that means 10 years. But which 10 years? 1990 to 2000, 2000 to 2010, 2010 to 2020, 2005 to 2015. Which 10 years? It may be anything. That may be any year, any duration. Only duration is given. Perfect timing is not given. While if we use the word since, we need to give perfect timing. You may have seen in the advertisement of Raymond, it is written since 1975, right? So they are giving the perfect time. Suppose if I have to give perfect time of the same example, that when I say that I have worked in that company for 10 years. Now I have to give the perfect time. When I am using the word for, I am giving only duration. I have worked in that company for 10 years. Now suppose if we want to give perfect timing, which 10 years, then the sentence will be like this. I have worked in that company since 2000 to 2010. Here I am giving the perfect timing. So that is the difference between since and for. Use to indicate the action which ended in the past, but its effect is still going on. The action has already ended, it is not going on anywhere, but its effect is still going on. For example, right now I have said that in the example, I have worked in that company. That means the action must have ended already. Then only we can use present perfect tense. Number two, the action. Number one, that action must be ended. Number two, the effect of that action must be going on. And that is the reason, suppose if you say, you always have to say that I have passed SSC exam. Why? The action of passing the SSC exam has already ended, but its effect is still going on. Now that is the reason you are here in 12th standard, 11th standard. That is the reason you will move ahead. Now this situation can never be changed. The action which has ended already and its effect will always be there. So that is the reason we use present perfect tense. The use of present perfect tense is to indicate the action which has already ended in the past, but its effect is still going on. Now suppose if we have an action which has already ended, so we can use present perfect tense for that action till its effect is going on. Once the effect also ends, then it becomes simple past tense. Then we cannot use present perfect tense. For example, suppose if today morning we have had our breakfast. For example, suppose I ate an apple in the morning. So right now I can say that I have had my breakfast. I have eaten an apple. But this sentence can be said till its effect is going on. That means after 2 days I should not say that I have eaten an apple. That effect has already ended. But at the same time we can say that because that memory is in our mind, I remember that I ate that apple, and that is the reason when we are talking about something, some places which we have already visited. For example, suppose if we have visited Taj Mahal, we generally say that I have visited the Taj Mahal. The reason behind this is that the action of visiting Taj Mahal happened in the past. It has already ended. The action has ended, but we remember that we visited the Taj Mahal. That memory is still going on in our mind. That is the reason we are using present perfect tense. That means the action has already ended, but its effect is still going on. The next is past perfect. Now pay attention here. You will know something different. Active voice verb had plus V3. Passive voice verb had plus been plus V3. Words before and after. Now what is the different use? Generally, sometimes some students think that when we are talking about the past perfect tense, some thinks that if we are talking about the action which happened before few days, few months or few years, that is simple past tense. And if we are talking about the incident that happened in the past long ago, before many years, then it is past perfect tense. No, it has nothing to do with past perfect. That means past perfect tense is not based on the duration, on the past time, that in what past time that action happened. The true meaning of the past perfect tense is this: when we have two actions of past, to indicate the first action, past perfect tense is used, and for the second action, simple past tense is used. That means the past perfect action can also be the action which happened before few hours. That means if we have two actions, for example, suppose if we use a sentence like this: Ram had killed Ravan. Ram had killed Ravan. Is this sentence correct? Ram had killed Ravan. What do you think? Is this sentence correct or not? If you look structure wise, then it is correct. Subject, verb, object. Verb is also correct. Had plus V3. So structure wise it is correct, but grammatically the sentence is incorrect because we have used past perfect here. And what is the use of past perfect tense? When we have two actions, to indicate the first action, past perfect tense is used. That means if you have only single action, that single action always will be simple past tense. It can never be past perfect. It doesn't matter when in the past that action happened. That action may have happened in the past before a moment, before millions of years. We have nothing to do with the time duration. For example, suppose just to make it clear that why this kind of the tense is used. For example, suppose if I said that I visited Ram and I visited Shyam. Now suppose if we make the sentence combined, I visited Ram and Shyam. So generally we are thinking that the first name we are using, we may have visited them first. That means we can say that first I visited Ram, then I visited Shyam. No, that is not compulsory. That is just for understanding. We are using this kind of the sentences and this kind of the thing in practical life. It may be different, something different. It may have happened that first I visited Shyam, then I visited Ram. So if we are given two actions of the past, how can we identify that from these two actions which action happened first? So this is the solution. If you have two actions of the past, use past perfect tense for the first action and simple past tense for the second action. For example, suppose if we have to identify, if we have to clarify that whom I visited first. Now suppose if I visited Ram first, then I should say that I had visited Ram. I had visited Ram, then visited Shyam. That means here I used the verb had visited for Ram. That means that action happened first. Then I said visited Shyam. Visited is V2. That means simple past tense. So that means that action happened second. This is the first action. Clear? One more thing, as I repeat once again, the simple thing, that means if we have only one action, that action can never be past perfect tense. Keep this thing in mind, and this kind of the sentences are asked in errors. When you are given sentence and you have to make you have to identify the mistakes, the errors, and you have to change it. So this kind of the mistakes are made here. Generally if you are looking just structure wise, then you will not find the mistake, because if the sentence is written here like this, that Ram had killed Ravan, then according to the structure and the verb format the sentence is correct, but according to the use of the tenses it is incorrect, because single action can never be of past perfect tense. It will always be simple past tense. Clear? Once again let's repeat what we have discussed today. Past continuous tense to indicate the action which was going on in the past, and we have to indicate the time of that action when it was going on by another action. Future continuous tense, once again we have to show the time of the action when that action will be going on. That means will be in progress in the future. At what time in the future? Again with some other action. For example, we can say that at this time or at this moment. The next is present perfect. When we have to use this tense, that means when the action has already ended but its effect is still going on. A lot of actions are like this only, but all the actions does not have so much capabilities that once the action is ended and its effect will last long. Not in all the actions. Sometimes we may have the actions that as soon as the action ends, its effects also ends. Sometimes we have the action that when the action ends for a short period of time, its effect is still going on. And we have some kind of the action that once the actions complete, its effect will last longer, or we can say till the last breath. So when the only action has ended, not its effect, that means effect is still going on, then we will use present perfect tense. And the last one is past perfect. That means when we have two actions of the past, to indicate the first action we are using past perfect tense, and for the second action we use simple past tense. Clear? So I am giving you a few moments so you can take a screenshot, and if you are not written in your book you can write it down. Okay, the rest 4 tenses we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.